Does that sound a little bit like the sea? I'm going to be using the metaphor of the sea in this video to describe the different levels of self that we will be shedding, discarding as we return home to the place of healing and wholeness in this video, where I share reconnective healing with you. So I'm going to explain to begin with what I mean by the different layers or levels of self, and then I will activate the frequencies of energy, light and information that are reconnective healing. When I was just looking then into the camera, it seemed as though the light got brighter behind me. I don't know if I just imagined that or if it just was a trick of the light, but I can see behind me I've got Jesus there, all surrounded in light, and I believe that Jesus is also here with me, with us in this space, and the angels, because energy, light and information is a way of describing angels, and I do believe that this reconnective healing, the frequencies are angelic in origin, and they are fields. What we're talking about is fields of energy, fields of light, fields of information, and these fields are ones that exist that we can step into. We can step into, and then our vibration changes. So if we raise our vibration to the frequency of these fields, we become attuned to them, and then we receive from them the vibrations of that field, if that makes sense. And that's what I believe and understand reconnective healing is. So I heard Father Sean recently explain levels of self, that we have 3 levels. One is the role self. That's the one that we're in most of the time. When you think about your daily life and the roles that you have and your name, the identity that you go by in this life. And then there is the soul self, and that is the combined cumulative memories, experiences of all the different incarnations that you've ever lived. And I would add to that that it's also the unconscious, the collective unconscious of the whole of the human species as well, because that's something that we all share. Okay, we don't only have our own kind of lineage of ancestral memory, although we do have that, but we also have whatever is in the human collective. We're porous, and we're picking up on it all the time, and we're influenced by it all the time. And then at the deepest level we have the source self. So that is our true origin, the ground of all being, and that is contentless. That's just empty, open, pure awareness whose nature is love. And so the metaphor of the sea, it helps us to think about how all these 3 kind of intercombine. So the source self is the great ocean that's deep and wide and limitless. That's how it seems if we stand on the shore and look out at the ocean. It's vast. And then we have where the sea meets the land, we have the movement of a wave, an individual wave that rolls onto the beach, and the movement of that individual wave represents the soul. And as the soul, the wave lands on the beach, it rolls up and then recedes back into the shore, but it leaves this sort of little bit of a line of foam, the white foam, and that we could say is the role self. It's visible for a short time, it seems to have some form, but it will then just fade, disappear and be gone. But the soul has returned to the ocean. So that's a very kind of Buddhist sort of metaphor, maybe a way of thinking, but it helps today in the meditation I'm going to lead you in now. So I hope you can find somewhere, be quiet and still and comfortable, and just close your eyes. Just become aware of your body, your hands, the weight of your hands on your knees, maybe. Move your neck and shoulders. And just feel the weight of your body and know that this body is an incarnation that you chose. It's your spacesuit. It's your vehicle for expression and experience in this temporary incarnation. And your name, your life, your family, your relationships, your work, everything is part of that role self. So take 3 deep breaths, and with each out breath, just let all of that go. Speak lovingly to the role self. Say, I love you. I love you. I love you. You might be able to hear Roy snoring behind me. And just allow yourself to detach from identifying fully with the role self, which is your default setting for everyday life. So with that releasing of the role self, you will be releasing all the cares and worries and problems, memories, commitments, just temporarily while we do this meditation. You can take it back at the end, it'll still be there waiting for you. But for now, just let it go. And then be the observer of your soul that is the accumulative memory of all the different incarnations, all the lives that have been lived, all your ancestors, all that has been passed on to you in the encoded consciousness, in that lineage, that bloodline, through your DNA, and also in the collective unconscious. Everything that you are holding in your energy field that belongs to that collective memory. Just say to it lovingly and tenderly, thank you, I love you. Three deep breaths with each out breath, and let it go. I love you. I love you. Notice how you feel different as you allow this receding of the wave, this falling away. And notice how you are still there, you are still present. There is no diminishing of you in your essential nature. If anything, there is an enlarging of you. There is an expansion of consciousness. You feel less anchored or tied down. You feel the limitations fall away. You feel lighter and freer and more energized. You are indeed limitless in your source self. Notice how peaceful this source self feels. Contentless, empty, still. enjoy the feeling of peace and tranquility and calmness, where there are no expectations, nothing to do, nothing to be, nothing to prove, no one to please. And we're going to spend a few moments in this source self field of light, energy and information, activating the frequencies, the angelic frequencies of love and light. So together let us receive. You may feel some light sensations in your body, tangible tingles or pulling sensations or heat, or you might not feel anything, that's fine. But the thought just came to me that when we feel something in our bodies, physical bodies, when activating these frequencies, it's the echoes through the layers, the vibrational echoes through the layers, through the layer from source self to soul self to role self, because these are just energetically interactive layers. There's no separation. There's no separation. It's all you. It's all you. And once we experience this and know this, it removes all fear of death, the fear of anything happening to our physical bodies, because we know that that's not all that we are. We don't just know it in our head, we know it experientially. And so nothing can convince us otherwise. Sometimes talking about these things isn't enough. We get it through experiencing it. if you can feel the difference vibrationally within this field of light, energy and information. You can dwell here, I'm hearing, dwell in this sacred place. As often as you choose. Little homecomings. While still in this lifetime, this incarnational adventure. A little taste of heaven on earth. A way of hanging out with the angels. And so I'm going to invite you to take another 3 deep breaths. And with each out breath, just bring your awareness back to your physicality. From being the observer and stepping outside of it to returning back and stepping back into your life, the life you have chosen. The experiences you have chosen for this lifetime. Maybe wiggle your fingers and toes, feel the weight of your body, move around a little bit, move your shoulders, just to feel comfortable once again in your skin. I wonder how different you feel, if you feel different. Maybe you feel a little bit lighter. Nothing has changed in your surroundings, and yet everything has changed because of consciousness, because of your awareness of who you truly are. And so as you go into your day now, you will continue with your roles and all the things you have to do. People will refer to you by your name and you will respond. But you will know that there is so much more to who you really are, and that itself will give you a spring in your step, a lightness, a faith, a joy, an unshakable trust, and knowing that all is well and all will be well. I'd love to hear your comments about how you found this experience, what you were aware of, what sensations you had. Do let me know in the comments. And join me next time for more love, light and reconnective healing and wisdom and just being together. I really enjoy it. Thank you for being here. Take care until next time. Goodbye, God bless.